That is not what I was trying to do.
This thing looks like it could actually be really cool. Brushless motor, claiming speeds of 70 kilometers per hour, waterproof, all metal drivetrain, maybe even metal differential casings.
That would be absolutely unheard of, and I'm excited to look.
And is that a transmitter with a speedometer on it? These do feel like oil-filled shocks, but the oil probably needs to be a little thicker. All right, and here's the other goodies you get. A really cheap plastic wrench, wheelie bar, and a charger. And yeah, that is fake as could be. In fact, this thing weighs about an ounce. I'm trying to get this wheelie bar on, and the screws that come out are too short. And nope, it does not come with longer screws. Found some I can use out of one of my mini parts bins. These seem like decent screws, but they didn't even reach the actual meat in the plastic that they're supposed to grab into. Kind of strange. This wheelie bar looks like it'll work nicely. It doesn't lift the car up too high. I cannot get over how cheap this remote is. Hopefully they pumped all their savings from not building that up into the car, because the car does look well made. It's got really short control arms, so this may not be the best for jumping.
I certainly plan on finding that out, though.
The tires feel really nice. If we don't like this car, we'll probably use those somewhere else. Metal chassis. Almost looks like WL Toys. It's laid out similarly, but it is not the same chassis. Body pins do not have pull tabs on them. Also, it did not come with extra body pins. That's a nice sized brushless motor. Has a metal motor mount. We've got a nice solid upper chassis brace. These body mounts don't feel super flexible. I have a feeling we might end up losing one of those. The control arms do have a lot of flex to them, so that's good news. Metal hinge pin brackets, chintzy front bumper. Got all plastic steering linkage, but it feels really tight, and I'm not yet sure how I feel about this battery bracket.
Yeah, we might lose a battery.
It might work better than it looks. These upper arms have an odd shape to them, and they only have a mounting point in the front. Metal shock towers, a super flexible wing, and there's even a peekaboo hole for the spur gear.
This thing feels a little odd, but it also feels like it might do really great things. I have no clue what to expect here. All right.
Hello, brakes.
Okay, controller lost signal. Started moving on its own for a second. Oh, wow, this is really bad.
So, this is the part where we learn this car is really bad. Don't worry, we are gonna give it another chance here in a second, but in the meantime, I've got him over there putting upgrades on a car that we already know we like that we'll probably end up recommending over this one.
If the car gets more than like 20 feet away from you, there's a massive delay on the controller, and it's usually continues throttling even after you let go. It could very easily get lost down here. I mean, it's got speed and it's got power, but it does not have handling. Yeah, that's as far as this thing's reaching. These are brand new batteries, and it still hasn't even rebound yet. Gone again. Don't hit the poo pipe. Holy smokes, that was close. We almost lost it. It's not listening. It's acting like my second born child. Definitely does better in the dirt than anywhere else so far, though. Surely there's something wrong with my unit. I can't imagine they would have released this car with it acting the way that it is. Oh, it's got brakes on it, though. Not happy with this one. Fire in the hole.
All right, that was obviously rather disappointing.
Just want to check it on some ramps, and we are going to try to get a speed test.
While I'm doing that with this guy, Max is going to show us how awesome this car is, which we already reviewed, but with these tires on. It used to have these guys on there, and these definitely seem much better.
Much better.
This one's really cool because it's got the wide arms and a nice stance, and pretty good performance for the price. I think it comes in cheaper than this thing, too.
I like that thing. This one I'm really struggling with.
Already?
What?
Again?
Well, that was a pretty bad crash.
All right, it's fixed.
Let's try not to crash it this time. We find some better shocks for this thing. Oh yeah, I really like the way this one drives. I do. Oh, see, look at that. Look at that, battery popped out. Wow, Sporty McGee. It didn't backflip with the other tires, remember? Hey, Mr. Hawk, Max is right here if you're hungry. See you, buddy. Oh, he's back. Probably asked for too many snacks. Oh, and lost signal, and it just slapped into a curb. Lost power somewhere about there, smacked into the curb, jumped it, and then went to here. And we're showing 32 miles an hour, which is pretty good. Not what the box says, but there's no way I was able to get the full speed before the transmitter, the ESC cut out. Oh, something's broken, and it's an axle. That is not what I was trying to do. There we go. That was horrible.
I just floored that immediately. Over you!
I think this is her first time on a riding mower. I guess she just had an itch, I don't know. Yeah, it's grass game's not bad.
Hey, I'm gonna try something.
Alright, yeah. We broke the wing off, of course, but I like this car a lot. I guess you'd call it a truck. Nothing a little hot glue can't fix. I am really disappointed in this because it has so much promise. There's a lot to like there. And this thing just let me down big time. I have a control arm screw coming loose here. That's the only thing that holds the upper control arms on. Thing is, you have to leave it slightly loose. If you tighten it too much, it binds the suspension. Gotta keep it barely loose.
All right, back to the white truck.
It's got the Velcro body mount, which does work pretty well. Sometimes the front comes loose, but I've never had it fall all the way off so far. We did lose one of our alignment pegs, but it really hasn't been a problem. And if you wanted to, you could even use a little screw through the bottom. These tires give it much better performance. There's no foam in these, but this truck's light enough to where it's not really needed. It performed well. A lot better at digging into the turns and sliding around. We might put some better shocks on it still. Thing is, we have another car on the way that I think it's the Pro version of this, though it's listed as a different brand. This thing, I'm still curious if it's got metal differential housing. The box would kind of make you believe that that's aluminum. We're gonna investigate in just a second. But there's where that axle broke right at the joint. We're still able to get, I think it was 32 miles an hour. With how easily it loses signal, I was surprised we got that. Besides that axle, the truck is all in one piece. We lost our battery once. In its defense, this battery is just slightly thinner than the one that it comes with. Something I just noticed, this upper brace here must have been an afterthought because it just does not fit under there correctly. It's sitting on top of screws, and over here, that screw doesn't even tighten down all the way. And that brace is bowed. It's very unprofessional looking. Ugh. The battery's dead. Well, dang, I charged it up and it's still bad. This thing is just toasted. If you want to know where I got these tools from, I got a whole set of them right there. I'll put a link in the description. And nope, that is definitely a plastic differential housing, though I will say that the gears look like they're good quality metal. There's no point in putting it back together. We'll probably never drive it again. That's just stinks because it really had a lot of promise. There's a lot of good things in there. Of course, a lot of red flags too that we noticed up front. It just kept getting worse. This thing, I definitely recommend. I like this truck a whole lot. It is not quite as fast. 100% agree with you there. Like I said, I think I've got a pro version of this coming. It's also coming with sand tires, supposedly. We found these front knuckles to be a weak point. Luckily, it actually comes with extra knuckles in the box. I will link this full review video in the description.